Have you ever heard the tale of Mia's farmer's market subscription service? Mia had a dream after years of working in bustling farmers markets to fill a gap in the marketplace with a curated subscription box service that delivered fresh, locally sourced produce straight to people's doors. She believed her idea, Harvest Crate, could transform the way that people accessed farm fresh produce, especially in urban areas. But to turn her dream into reality, she needed funding. That meant one thing. She had to pitch her ideas to investors. Mia had never pitched to investors before, and the idea of standing in front of a room full of seasoned business professionals and selling her vision was daunting. She knew that preparation was key, so she got to work. Mia started by researching what made a pitch deck compelling. She learned that a pitch deck wasn't just about throwing a bunch of numbers and graphs on slides. It was about telling a story, her story. She structured her pitch deck around the core narrative of how Harvest Crate could revolutionize the way that people get their produce. She included slides on the problem that she aimed to solve, her unique solution, the target market, the business model, and some financial projections. But she also made sure to highlight the impact that Harvest Crate would have on local farmers and their communities. Mia knew that the investors needed to see the potential return on investment, but she also wanted them to connect emotionally with her mission. As Mia practiced her pitch, she realized that it wasn't just about the content of her deck. It was about how she delivered it. She worked on her storytelling skills, ensuring that her passion for local produce and community shone through. She practiced making eye contact, speaking clearly, and using gestures to emphasize key points. She also anticipated questions that the investors might have and prepared confident yet concise answers. Mia even recorded herself practicing and watched the playback, identifying areas where she could improve her delivery. Mia wanted to make sure that her pitch was flawless, so she researched common pitfalls. And one of the biggest mistakes that she discovered was overloading the pitch with too much information. She made sure that each slide in her deck was simple and focused, using visuals to support her points rather than distract from them. Another common pitfall was failing to connect with the audience. Mia made it a point to weave personal anecdotes into her pitch, sharing stories about the farmers she'd met and the customers who loved the idea of fresh produce delivered to their doorsteps. Finally, Mia learned that many entrepreneurs failed to practice enough before their pitch. Determined not to fall into that trap, she rehearsed her pitch until she could deliver it confidently without relying too much on her slides. When the big day arrived, Mia was ready. As she began her presentation, she could see the investors were engaged. They nodded as she spoke about the problem, and they lit up when she described her solution. When she shared the story of a small farm saved from closing down due to the increased demand from Harvest Crate, she saw a few smiles in the room. Mia fielded questions from the investors with poise, drawing on the preparation that she had already done. When she finished, the room went quiet for a moment, and then the lead investor spoke up. Mia, I believe you've got something special here. Mia secured the funding that she needed that day. But more importantly, she learned that the key to a successful pitch wasn't just in the idea itself, but in how well you could tell that story and avoid common mistakes that you could potentially derail your message. The moral of the story is this: a well-prepared pitch deck, some strong storytelling skills, and awareness of the common pitfalls can turn a daunting presentation into a compelling narrative that investors can't resist. And that's our thought for the day. Thank you for joining me.